Hello friends, today we are going to discuss question number 4, chapter projection of solid and section of solid, subject engineering graphics. In problem statement, it is written that a cone 40 mm base circle diameter and 60 mm axis height is standing on its base on horizontal plane. It is cut by a section plane 40 degree inclined to the horizontal plane which bisect the axis. Draw projections, sectional views and true shape of section. Now to prepare solution of this question, first of all we need to draw XY line having any length. Now we can draw one circle having radius 20 mm. As in the question it is written that cone has 40 mm base circle diameter, so we can prepare this circle having 20 mm radius. Center point we can mark anywhere from XY line. Distance from XY line, we can take any distance to mark center point of the circle. We can take radius 20 mm. Now we can divide this circle into 8 equal parts. Angle between each line should be 45 degree. Now we can write here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. We can draw vertical line passing from each point. Now here we can keep length of this vertical line 60 mm, as axis height 60 mm is given in the question. Then we can join both endpoints with this apex point to prepare this triangle shape. It is front view. Now we can join this point with apex point. Now we can write here A dash. From A we can write here A dash point, B and H. So we can write here B dash, H dash. Here we can write F dash, D dash, and from point E we can write here E dash point. This will be point C dash, G dash. Now we can mark here point. It will be midpoint of the axis. This point will be midpoint of the axis as it is written in the question. Cutting plane bisect the axis. Now we can draw here. Now we can draw horizontal line from this midpoint of the axis having any length. Now we can draw one line at an angle of 40 degree as it is given in the question. Cutting plane bisect axis at 45 degree inclined to horizontal plane. So we can draw here line as shown in figure. Inclination of this line with this horizontal plane, horizontal line is 40 degree. Now we can, it is section cutting plane. This angle is 40 degree as it is given in the question. Now we can mark here point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as shown in figure. Here point number 1, it is on O dash A dash line. Point number 2 and A, 2 dash and 8 dash, it is on O dash B dash O dash H dash line. Point number 5 dash, it is on O dash E dash line. Now we can draw vertical line from 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, 7 dash and H dash as shown in figure. Now we can extend this line here from 3 and 7 point up to this line. We can extend, then we can draw vertical line up to this horizontal line. Now we can highlight this point as shown in figure. This will be dark point. We can darken these points, all these points. Now write down here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as shown in figure. To get this point 3 and 7, we can take this much radius from center point and we can draw arc on both the side. So we will get here point number 3 and 7 as shown in figure. Now we can join all this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. Then we can draw this type of line, inclined line. This will be sectional top view as shown in figure. Now we can draw parallel line. Here we can draw, with this line we can draw here parallel line as shown here. XY line, now X1 Y1 line. Now we can draw perpendicular line to section plane line. With this section plane line you can draw here all the line are perpendicular line from each point. Now friends, we want to draw all this arc we will understand how to draw this arc. To prepare this arc, we can take radius from xy line to point number 1. Consider this point as center point and we can draw one arc here. Now we can take radius from xy line to point number 2. Consider 2 dash this point as center point and we can draw one arc. Similar way, we can take radius from xy line to point number 3. Consider this point as center point and we can draw here arc. So here we will get point number 3. Similar way, we can take radius from xy line to point number 4. Consider this point as center point and draw one arc. In this way, we can get here arc. We can mark this number here in this way as shown in figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To get 5 number point, we can take radius from xy line to point number 5, this much radius. Consider this point as center point. Consider this point as center point and we can draw arc. So here we will get point number 5. Now to get point number 6, 7 and 8, we can take radius from xy line to radius 6, from xy line to radius 7 and from xy line to point 8, this much radius. Xy line to point number 6 radius. Consider this point as center point and draw one arc. So here we will get point number 6. Now take xy line to 7 point as radius. Xy line to 7 radius. Consider this point as center point and draw one arc. So we will get here point number 7. Now take xy line to 8 radius. Consider this point as center point and draw one arc in this direction, in this way. So we will get here point number 8. Now we can join all this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with smooth curve. Now we can draw this line at an inclined line. This will be the true shape of the section. In this way we can prepare solution of this question. Thank you, my dear friends.